Look, JC Sheldon knees CC in the groin.
New footage just changed everything. A new angle shows JC Sheldon clearly kneeing Colin Clark in the groin, and the ref standing right there, doing nothing.
Boom. Just like that, the WNBA's biggest star is down again. And this time, the footage is so damning that even the league can't ignore it anymore. If you're a Colin Clark fan, what you're about to see will make your blood boil. And if you're not, well, you're about to understand why millions of fans are ready to walk away from the WNBA forever. Picture this. Tuesday night, July 15th, 2025. TD Garden in Boston. Sold-out crowd, national television. Everything the WNBA could want, right? Wrong. Because with less than 40 seconds left in the game, their golden goose, their meal ticket, their reason for existing in prime time, takes another brutal hit. And this time, her own brother couldn't stay silent anymore. But here's where it gets wild. Colin Clark, Caitlin's younger brother, went nuclear on social media. His message? Make no mistake, this is on the reffing. 4 words that shook the basketball world before he deleted them. But the internet never forgets, and neither do we. Because what Colin saw, what we all saw, was the breaking point of a season that's been nothing short of targeted abuse. Let me paint you the full picture here, because this isn't just about one injury. This is about a pattern so obvious that even Stevie Wonder could see it. 4 muscle injuries in one season. Let that sink in. 4, 2 quad injuries, 2 groin injuries, for a player who never missed a single game in college or her rookie year. Never. Not once. And suddenly she's missed 11 games and counting? Come on now. You want to know what's really happening? Let's talk about the eye poke heard around the world. Remember JC Sheldon? Yeah, the same player who accidentally stuck her finger in Caitlin's eye back in June. Accidentally, they said. Just physical play, they said. But when Marina Mabrey followed it up by body-slamming Clark to the floor like she was auditioning for WWE, even the blindest supporters had to admit something was off. And get this, when the league finally reviewed it, they upgraded Mabrey's hit to a flagrant 2 after the game. When it didn't matter anymore, that's like a cop writing a speeding ticket after the car already crashed. Thanks for nothing. But Tuesday night in Boston, that was different. This wasn't just another hard foul or aggressive defense. With 39.6 seconds left, Caitlin makes a beautiful bounce pass to Kelsey Mitchell, textbook play, and then bam! She immediately grabs her right groin, doubles over in pain, and you can see it in her eyes. This isn't acting. This is real, raw agony. What happens next will break your heart. Clark walks over to the stanchion and bangs her head against it in pure frustration. She limps to the bench, puts a towel over her head, and the cameras catch her crying. Not tearing up, crying. The toughest competitor in women's basketball, reduced to tears because her body is breaking down from the constant assault. And where were the refs? Standing right there, watching, doing absolutely nothing. Just like they've done all season long, just like they did when she got poked in the eye, just like they did when she got body slammed, just like they do every single night when defenders grab her, hold her, push her, and treat her like a human punching bag. Here's what nobody wants to say out loud, but I will. The WNBA has a Colin Clark problem. Not because she's bad for the league, but because she's too good for it. She brought 1.3 million all-star votes. The next closest? Not even close. She fills arenas in cities where the home team can't even sell out. She turned WNBA games into must-see TV for the first time ever. And how does the league repay her? By letting her get mauled night after night after night. Want to hear something that'll make you laugh and cry at the same time? The All-Star game this weekend is in Indianapolis. Caitlin's house, her city. They literally built the entire weekend around her. Marketing campaigns, ticket sales, TV deals, all banking on number 22 being there. And now, she's out. Done. Can't play because her body finally said, enough is enough. And you know what's happening to those tickets? Fire sale. People are dumping them for pennies on the dollar. Some are giving them away for free. Free for an all-star game. Because without Colin Clark, it's just another WNBA game that nobody outside of hardcore fans cares about. Ouch. Truth hurts, doesn't it? Let's get real specific about what's been happening, because the receipts are longer than a CVS receipt. May 24th, quad strain, 5 games missed. June 27th, left groin injury, 4 more games gone. July 15th, right groin injury, and now she's missing the All-Star game. That's not normal wear and tear. That's what happens when you're getting hammered every possession and the refs swallow their whistles. Stephanie White, the Fever coach, finally said what we're all thinking. There's a level of physicality that they're able to play with against her. She knew it as an opponent, and she sees it as her coach. Translation: everyone knows Caitlin gets fouled harder and more often than anyone else, and nobody does a damn thing about it. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember those ratings I mentioned? Fever games average 1.18 million viewers. Games without them, under 400,000. That's triple the viewership. Triple. And ticket prices on the road, up 140% when Caitlin comes to town. She's not just a player, she's an entire economy. So why would the league let this happen? Jealousy, plain and simple. Some veterans can't handle that a second-year player gets more attention than they ever will. They can't stomach that she changed the game overnight while they toiled in obscurity for years, so instead of elevating their own games, they try to bring her down, literally. And the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, ghost, phantom, missing in action. Not one statement defending the league's biggest star. Not one suspension for the obvious targeting. Not one acknowledgement that maybe, just maybe, letting your cash cow get destroyed isn't good business. It's gotten so bad that fans are begging Adam Silver to step in and save the WNBA from itself. When you need the NBA commissioner to rescue the women's league, you know it's dire. Here's a fun fact that'll blow your mind. According to injury tracking data, backcourt players have suffered over 100 more injuries than frontcourt players this season. Guards and small forwards getting hurt more than centers and power forwards? That's backwards. Unless, of course, the refs are letting perimeter players get absolutely demolished without calling fouls, which is exactly what's happening. The Washington Post just dropped a bombshell article calling the officiating a threat to the game. Not an annoyance, not a problem, a threat. They reported 57 head and neck injuries in the past 2.5 seasons. 57? This isn't basketball anymore. It's barely regulated combat sports. Want to know the saddest part? Caitlin's been bulking up in the weight room, trying to withstand the punishment. Fans noticed her transformed physique at training camp. More muscle, stronger frame, clearly preparing for war. But you can't outmuscle a knee to the groin. You can't out-train cheap shots that refs refuse to call. The irony is thick enough to cut with a knife. The WNBA spent decades begging for attention, claiming they were just as good as the men, but nobody watched. Then Caitlin shows up, brings the eyeballs, sells the jerseys, fills the arenas, and what do? They let her get hunted like prey while the refs look the other way. Remember when LeBron got a little bump and the refs called a flagrant? Remember when Steph Curry gets grabbed off ball and it's an automatic whistle? But Colin Clark can get mauled, held, grabbed, poked, and kneed, and somehow it's just physical basketball. Give me a break. The footage from Tuesday night is going viral for a reason. It's not just another injury, it's the smoking gun that proves what fans have been screaming all season. The fix is in. Whether it's incompetence or intent, doesn't matter anymore. The result is the same. The best thing to happen to women's basketball in decades is being systematically destroyed, and the people in charge are letting it happen. Think about this. Before this season, Clark had never missed a game. Not in high school, not in college, not as a rookie. She was an iron woman, dependable, always there. Now, 11 games missed and counting. 4 different muscle injuries. That's not a coincidence. That's a consequence. A consequence of referees who refuse to protect her and a league that profits off her pain. And the worst part? She keeps coming back. Keeps smiling for the cameras, keeps signing autographs for kids, keeps carrying the WNBA on her broken back because she knows millions of little girls are watching. She's not just playing basketball, she's carrying dreams. And they're letting those dreams get shattered one flagrant non-call at a time. Some people will say I'm being dramatic, that this is just basketball, that she needs to toughen up. To those people, I have one question. Would you say the same thing if it was your daughter getting targeted? Your sister getting hurt? Your favorite player being hunted? Didn't think so. The league is at a crossroads right now. They can either protect their biggest asset or watch her walk away. And make no mistake, she has options. Overseas leagues would pay her millions. The Big Three offered her $5 million just to play part-time. She doesn't need the WNBA, but the WNBA desperately needs her. Without Caitlin Clark, they go back to empty arenas and streaming-only games. Without her, they lose the young fans who just discovered women's basketball. Without her, they become irrelevant again. And deep down, everyone knows it. That's why her brother spoke out. That's why fans are furious. That's why this moment matters. Because this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about fairness. It's about protecting the players who make your league special. It's about not biting the hand that feeds you. And right now, the WNBA is chomping down hard enough to draw blood. So what happens next? Will the All-Star Game bomb without its biggest star? Will fans finally say enough and stop watching? Will Caitlin come back from yet another injury just to get hurt again? Or will someone, anyone, finally step up and say this has to stop? The ball is in the league's court now. They can either wake up and protect their golden goose, or they can keep letting her get plucked one feather at a time until there's nothing left. But if they choose the latter, they better not act surprised when the goose stops laying golden eggs. Because at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark doesn't need the WNBA to be great. She already is. But the WNBA needs Caitlin Clark to survive. And every uncalled foul, every ignored cheap shot, every game she misses because her body can't take any more abuse, brings them one step closer to killing their own future. The footage doesn't lie. The injuries don't lie. Her brother's anger doesn't lie. And those tears behind the towel definitely don't lie. This is a league failing its biggest star in real time, and we're all witnesses to the crime. If you stand with Caitlin Clark, if you believe she deserves better, if you think the WNBA needs to protect its players, then make your voice heard. Because silence is compliance, and we've been silent too long. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content calling out the truth. The time for change is now, before it's too late, before we lose the best thing to ever happen to women's basketball, before the music stops and everybody goes home. The WNBA has a choice to make. Protect Caitlin Clark or lose everything. Clock's ticking. What's it gonna be?